YouTube sent us a letter of something. But we can't tell you. I got to tell you to the very, very end.
Are we public?
Yeah, I think so.
Because there's nobody and no
I do believe it's true.
And there's no notification.
All right, we're off.
No, you didn't get one?
No, that's what I'm saying. I think you have to push the thing.
You're right. Here we go. Oh, bob and weave. Go. I did push it, but I must not have saved it. Better late than never. Uh-oh. We don't need
Okay.
we don't need any sassy peanut galleries up there. Crazy girl. Granddaughter's here. She's hanging out upstairs playing with her new farm set.
Oh, there. Did I just get it? Okay, now I just got it. So, there we go.
Here we go. We're going to get it on like Donkey Kong. And here we go. We're running a little bit late. Granddaughter's hogging up all our time. Stacy's all messed up with this advanced time setting.
Oh, how many of you guys get messed up? We had to spring forward.
Spring forward.
But it's still daylight.
And here we go. Okay.
All right, here we go, guys.
All right, we got a letter from YouTube. And we're going to tell you guys about it, but we're going to tell you it's going to take a little bit. We'll tell you at the very end. But I got it. Right here. It's official. Some kind of letter from YouTube. I'm going to read it to you guys. And I hope we don't get canceled. Oh my goodness.
Oh, everyone's here.
Everyone's
Michigan,
here.
Virginia.
Wow.
Is that better?
Might be a little better.
That looks very nice.
That might be a little nicer.
They're using my nice Ayers pottery dishes
A little
to
nicer.
prop you guys up today.
A little nicer.
Kentucky, Massachusetts, Indiana.
And
Canada.
here we go.
Missouri, Florida, Texas, Utah.
We got a letter from YouTube, y'all. We're going to share it with you.
Mexico, South Wisconsin, Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, Australia.
At offgridwithdougendstacy.com, we have our international shipping all figured out. So if you guys were waiting to get something, and I've been telling you guys to hang in there with me, I think we got you all figured out. So if you want to get something international at the Off Grid with Doug and Stacy store, you know, like our cookbooks and the chocolate tea, something like that, then we can ship them to you now. I got it all figured out.
West Virginia, Utah,
West Virginia,
Southern California, Tennessee, Michigan,
take me home,
Alabama, Mississippi,
Road.
Pennsylvania, Ohio,
Man,
Oregon,
sounding off up in here. There's the
Colorado.
link. You'll never see it because it moves so fast, but there it is.
Oh, Idaho, Maryland, Rhode Island. Let's see if we can get every state in the union.
We got a letter from YouTube. We're going to share that with you guys. Could be some big trouble.
Mexico.
Big trouble. Man, so, you know, Stacy's made us late tonight. She's not used to this time zone change. We had to rush and eat our steak and salad.
I was out in the greenhouse today trying to organize. We let the chickens and everybody go in there, and the wind blew the doors open, and the chickens have been having a heyday in my...
Oh, no.
You should see what they did. They made a mess. A mess. I thought the cats would have a problem, but what a mess they made.
What's up, New Zealand? Ireland?
Oklahoma.
I sent some of our stuff the other day to Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka?
Yeah. It was crazy. All right, hit that thumbs up. If you guys just got here, thumbs up. You know, there's only about 1,200 people that have signed up for the Bless This Mess giveaway this month of $10,000. We're giving away $5,000 on the 15th or soon after. And then we're doing it again on the 30th. You have to go to offgridwithdougendstacy.com. Again, I'll leave this for you in the comments section. And register there every month if you see us doing these giveaways, because they have different folders every month. And that's how we keep track of getting a hold of you guys to tell you where we're going to pop up. And when we pop up, we have fun, and then somebody leaves with $5,000. YouTube sent us a letter. I'm going to read that to you guys.
Oh, Terry's been watching for 7 years.
Terry is
Good
a
job,
OG
Terry.
Homestead
Yes, I know.
homie. Stacy was going to report your comment. All right, here we go. I did not know that the sun oven is made in my hometown, Wilkes County. That's right,
Cool.
Illinois. Or no, I don't know where they make them now. They were in Illinois. I think they moved them, but they're still made in America. And that's probably one of the top items that we have at Off Grid with Doug and Stacy on the shop tab that you can get for your preps, man. That is, we're going to do some videos coming up, but the sun oven is the bomb. All right, it's Sunday night, and it's Arnie RN's birthday. She got 2 Doug and Stacy t-shirts.
Cool.
It's our son's birthday too.
Oh, yeah.
Little Dylan. It was in Los Angeles, California on this day. 30. Wait, is he like 34 now?
No, we thought that.
What is he? I'm 56. It was like 22.
32. He was born in 92. He's 31.
31
right?
years ago. No. All right.
92.
31. Yeah. 31. Oklahoma. We'll see you guys at the Okie Homestead Conference.
That's
If you guys
right,
haven't got your tickets, you have to go to the offgridwithdougandstacy.com website and then hit the events tab, and there you'll see all the cool places that we're going to be and come hang out with you guys. The cookbook will be back in stock next week, man. I somehow had the inventory messed up. I got more books coming. They'll ship out probably Monday or Tuesday. They'll be here. They ship really fast to us, UPS, and then I'll get them right out the door. There's a couple of orders I was putting together like yesterday or today. It was today, and I didn't have the books, so I held them back. So if you got like a UPS code saying your stuff shipped and like in the next day or two it doesn't go out, that's why. And then I'm going to wait till the book gets in, and then I'm going to get it out to you. Otherwise, the book will be back in stock. Stacy's cookbook is off the chain. I can't even keep it in stock, y'all. And it'll be in stock this week. But tonight, we're going to talk about the letter that YouTube sent us. We're going to let you guys know what's going on with that. This could be the end. Make sure you sign up on our website, offgridwithdougandstacy.com, and get on this giveaway list, or at least go to the bottom of the homepage and fill it out so you're on our email list, because if we get whacked out here, we'll at least have a way to contact you. All right, no thumbs up. I guess the thumbs up is not working. There's 3,700 people in here, and the thumbs up button is not working. So let's make sure we're testing the thumbs up. Can you guys test the thumbs up button for us and make sure it's working? That way the AI, artificial intelligence, sends out this live show to all the subscribers so they know we're all live tonight. Because some of them might not have set their clocks up. 1 hour.
Oh, someone's from Hawassa, Ethiopia.
Hawassa, Ethiopia? Oh my goodness.
Say hello to Shivas Adventures. Antarctica. There's Antarctica.
Antarctica? Are you serious?
Yes, Rock Lick Rat.
Nah, some people will just be jiving.
You never know. I mean,
they jive talking.
From Miami.
Because y'all, we're gonna have 2 giveaways this month, $5,000 each, and we're gonna have such fun doing it. And I'm gonna be disclosed. That's why we gotta have your email address so I can tell y'all the secret location.
That's what the email's for. Yeah, so we can tell
you where the secret location is.
Because we're not the scammer people that are trying to. We're really gonna let you know what's up.
Oh yeah.
No, it's us.
Can you start beets indoors now?
Oh yeah.
Sure. We start everything pretty much outside.
Well, actually,
she has a greenhouse. We do some stuff.
This is what I'm going to do, and I can't believe. Here's my new thing, you guys. So I always, we live in a log cabin. I don't have a lot of windows, and so a lot of times,
and we don't have electricity until just recently, so we didn't have a heat mat.
So what I had always done over the years is our Amish neighbor. We barter things all the time. They have a greenhouse, and her husband gets up at night and they put wood in the wood stove. And then she has, they have a greenhouse.
So if you have a greenhouse or a high tunnel and you live in an area like us, that's what you have to do. You can put in a wood stove, but you're gonna have to
if you're off grid,
You're
yeah.
gonna have to get up in the middle of
Middle
the
of the night and
night.
heat
You have
it.
to put some wood in that thing, and I'm not really fully committed to that. We are fully committed to growing in a high tunnel. More on that later, but I'm just not into that.
So what I do is I give her seeds, and I mean, we kind of barter back and forth. So she raises, my seeds that I like, tomatoes and peppers and things like that I can't start a little later. And so that's what I normally do. And then I just got this epiphany the other day, and I don't know why I didn't think about it, but I have a wood burning cook stove, a Pioneer Princess, and it has a little drawer where I can heat things. I dehydrate things in there. But on the top, it's just like a warming rack. And if you go more to the right of it, it's warm. If I went right above where most of the heat is, it's going to be a lot hotter. But I thought, why can't I put some seeds there? Because it's basically just like a heating pad that you put your seeds. And then once they start growing, then I can put them in the window. And I thought, I'm going to try that this year. So that's my new little experiment. After 14 years, I don't know why I'd ever thought of it, but I don't know why it wouldn't work. So I'm going to try that. So that's something new that I'm going to do. So that's for a lot of you guys. Let's say you've been doing stuff for a long time. There's always ways to try things different, try new things. You never know. It might be easier. It might work out. So I'm going to try it and see what happens. So I'll keep you updated.
I mean, our electricity's, it's about 100 years old, a little more, a little less. So what did everybody do before then? That's what we always think about. What did they always do before then? What did they always do before then? So you learn all these tricks right now, so that way if a hurricane comes and knocks your stuff out, or a tornado, or an earthquake, or HARP laser beam, or chemtrails, or anything like that could come and take out your power, balloon. So then you'll know how to live this way, and then you'll think of electricity kind of in a different way. So the last 14 years, in case you're new here and you just saw we were having a live show, Stacy and myself have lived in this log cabin without any basic electricity. We've just now installed solar power, which is so far so good. It's working out okay. And for 14 years, this is how we've lived, just off the grid, no public utilities. We have a wood stove that we heat with and cook with and have hot water with. And we have showers rigged up outside where we collect rainwater. We live 100% off rainwater. And we poop in buckets and we compost it. And we have all these systems and our techniques and everything on YouTube for free and Facebook. So you guys can learn how to do this stuff so you won't get caught in a pickle. Do you worry about rainwater and the chemtrails? So since we've been worrying about the chemtrails more, because it seems like in the last several years they've really amped them up, Stacy and I are now introducing, we go through a Berkey water system. So we have 2 threaded filters and a carbon filter, and then it goes into the Berkey, and then we drink it. And then we're always boiling it for our tea and whatever like that.
Oh, and then, Mama Freeman got their mason tops really quick.
Nice.
Mason tops are good for fermenting. So if you guys are looking into fermenting, definitely that makes it so easy.
And if you guys want to know too, like if you go to our shop tab, that means we've kind of weeded out the people that don't support patriots. And if we're not talking about certain companies or places to come see us, that's the reason why. So just make sure you guys are spending your money properly. All right. Doug, what do you think about geothermal? Geothermal's cool, but remember, you're going to have fans to pull that air through the system, okay? So that was a problem that we had. It's a cool idea, but I don't have any way to power fans to suck the air through. It has a whole thing where you go into the ground, back into the greenhouse, and it's like this system. There's a couple guys I know on YouTube that have them. They work really good, and I just don't have the power. And you got to dig some great big tunnels. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, and we just that was just off our radar as far as growing food and stuff. Because we manage. We like the 4 seasons. We can put up enough food. There's no problem with us growing food in our zone here.
Yeah, and especially now where we live, we used to have a lot of snow and all that. This year we hardly got any snow. I kind of feel ripped off.
Hardly. Let me tell you, the Amish had 1 day to put up ice. Like literally, if they didn't get ice up on this 1 day this year, they don't have any ice for the whole year.
Yeah,
and they were all running around to everybody's house on that 1 day. All the families were like, okay, here's the day. And everybody showed up. They cut ice all day. And whoever wasn't a busybody and got their ice up, they're not going to have any ice all year. So it's going to be an added expense to their homestead.
Oh, Lisa got their sun oven.
And no, we don't have a discount code for the Berkey. You guys are on your own. Or the Alexa Pure is another good system, you know, that a lot of people get. We've given a couple of those away actually on our show here. How do they keep ice all year? I'm gonna have a video coming up. I'm gonna go there and show you guys the whole shebang, how they keep ice all year and how it all works. Okay, so stay tuned. It's
pretty
for that.
neat too. In
case you're new here, basically Stacy and I have lived like the Amish for the last 14 years. 14 years, man.
Oh, someone just I saw on there wants to know what to do for a nosebleed. So here's my story about with my grandson. We were on vacation with them and he gets nosebleeds and he got this really bad nosebleed one time and it was bleeding, like profusely bleeding. And he knows that I have all these things that I have. And he goes, "What do you have?" My nose bleeding. "What do you have?" And he stood there. I said, "I'm going to give you something and your nosebleed will stop in 10 seconds. And he's like, "Really?" And so I said, "Yeah." So I got my cayenne pepper, like powdered cayenne pepper you put on your food. I put, you know, probably an eighth or half of a teaspoon in some water. And I just said, "Just drink it quick. It's going to be hot, but you count to 10, it'll be done." So we drank it and we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. By the time we got to 9, it stopped. Because cayenne pepper is, we talked about cayenne last week, didn't we?
Oh yeah, we used it because she thought I was having a heart attack.
Yeah, so cayenne is
so she suckered me into drinking this whole big thing. And I can tell you guys, it wakes you up and kind of perks you up on the inside.
But it'll help with bleeding, you know, internally and externally. Yeah. Like if you are out somewhere and you had nothing to stop your bleeding and it was bad, you can put that in there and it'll help stop the bleeding too. But it does help with the nosebleed. If if you're in one of those predicaments and you want to stop it, it will stop it.
And y'all, the topic, it's going to take us a little bit to get to it, but we are going to talk about YouTube sent us a letter, and we're going to let you guys know what's going on with that and why they would send us a letter. I'm going to read it to you guys. We're fully like, what do they call it? Open source, open books, tell you how it is, all that stuff. So I might have to straighten up my act on here on this YouTube. Is there only 6,000 people with only 3,000 thumbs up? I thought you guys were going to be cool and hit the thumbs up for us. Where did you order your steel cut oats?
I can't remember. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I ordered. I have to go look at it.
Carla, our gray water just goes right out to the tree line. No exciting video. I just piped in a fat tank. You know, the fat pipe. You want the biggest pipe you can put in there. And I just piped it right out to the trees.
There. It's been there. It's been great.
No problem.
And then you know what the crazy thing is? I thought the other day, we have, no pumps. We have rainwater, gravity-fed water that comes into our sink. He's had the gray water pumped out there this whole 14 years. Now, if you lived in a house, usually you have to snake it or do something. We have never, I'm knock on wood.
Oh my gosh, Here we go.
We have not ever had any problem with the gray water, anything getting clogged up or anything in all that time. Isn't that crazy?
Even Gail Smith is late because she forgot to set her clock ahead. She waits every Sunday night to hang out with us. She's in Minnesota. She's got her popcorn and chocolate tea kicking. I bet you that's a fun little combo. Have you ever got the popcorn right after it's popped and then drop some good chocolate in there or maybe eat it along with it? Girl. So see, there's a victim right there. Somebody who didn't set their clock forward. I think they're just messing with us. I think that I was telling Stacy, a lot of this stuff that we're going through and stuff has been going on since the 50s and 60s. And then they
What's that mean?
Hey Stacy, will you?
There's a bunch of them.
Don't be repeating nothing like that. I'm gonna go wipe these people out here, these retards. So now I forgot. What was I talking about?
You're talking about the YouTube stuff.
Nah, I forgot now. She threw me off with the freaking troll.
There's
a troll in the comment section. I'm gonna get you, troll.
So Gail tried her first cauliflower ferment. It's my favorite. I love cauliflower too. So luckily now, we're going to be planting a lot of cauliflower because it's a colder season crop. So it grows well early on. And cauliflower makes great. It tastes phenomenal in a ferment. And you can mix it with peppers or tomatoes or onions or garlic or you can put it with a whole bunch of different things and it tastes really good. It makes a great ferment, especially when you mix it with a bunch of other vegetables. So that is one of my favorite too.
Where do you get your einkorn flour?
Jovial, Jovial. They have the wheat berries or the berries, and they also have the flour. Just so know, you guys, when you are getting einkorn flour, it is a little bit more pricey compared to other flours, but you're getting a really good quality flour. Like actually today, I had made chocolate chip cookies in a long time, and I made chocolate chip einkorn flour cookies. It was so good with ghee, and they turned it out real chewy. I let them cook really good on the outside and made them chewy. I put a lot of chocolate in them. We haven't had them a lot. They're good, weren't they? So I made chocolate chip einkorn cookies today, and they turned out yummy.
Honey garlic has an inch a bit thicker, the bottom of the jar and top. Do I flip it? And I flip it every day. Is this normal? Yes.
As a what?
Just keep flipping it.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Keep flipping it. Everything's normal.
Yeah, it'll be very
It won't hurt
effervescent
you.
and bubbly, especially the first 2 weeks, and then it'll calm down through the fermentation process.
We do not have health insurance. We pay as we go. We are our own health providers. We know probably more than the doctors. Now, if we get broke up or something, then it's important, man. We'll go to the hospital and we'll pay our way. I broke 5 ribs, right? 1 in 2 places. And we just paid our bill. When I busted my hand open, I just paid for my stitches. Guys will be surprised when you pay cash too, how much cheaper your service.
It's crazy. You tell them you are, they'll cut it like in half. I mean, it's nuts if you're just going to pay for it.
The biblical animal farm is here. They made it. Why did you choose the state we live in? Because we were born and raised here. Well, I left when I was a kid, but Stacy was.
And actually, it's our state. It's a great state.
Don't tell them that. It's a terrible state. Don't move here. It's terrible. California is like the best state. You should move there. See, that's what we need. We need more red blood and pure bloods to move there so we can start moving the needle over there instead of all of us running out of these other places. That's by design, by the way, in case you haven't figured that out.
So Four Seasons Homesteading wants to know how much higher elevation is your water source than your cabin?
About 8 feet, but it doesn't matter. All you want to do is make sure that the tanks, the bottom of the tanks where the water comes out, is level with your spigot where you want the water to come out, right? Or a little higher. Anything higher is better, but at a minimum it has to be level. So we have about an 8-foot fall from that barn up there down to here. I built it up a little bit in the barn, so the bottom of the spigot is right here with the sink, and we get pressure. Stacy will know when the pressure is getting down and when we're getting a little bit low, because it goes real good, and then as we go, it gets a little less, if we get some rain.
You can totally tell, like, we just got a bunch of rain. It's been raining for days, and so I open up the sink, and it's like, comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And as it starts to get lower, the pressure just isn't as good. And then when it gets really, really, really low, it'll come out.
Roger Butch, Borchard, Bouchard, you can disagree with us all you want about chemtrails. That's cool. See, that's the cool thing about our channel. We don't run around like libtard or like people that want to just tell you to shut up if you don't agree with them. We love disagreement, and we love, what is that called? Debate. Like the colleges used to be a great place for debate. Now they're the sit down, shut up, and learn communism place. But yeah, we love that stuff, man.
And if you
we
guys
do not like echo chambers.
There's
7,300 people in here, and there's only 4,600 thumbs up.
And if some of you guys want to look, there's you can look under geoengineering.org.
I know.
Check it out. And also there's a really good movie. Check it out. It's called Dimming.
Dimming.
Just watch it.
Watch it. And I got the planes with the pipes on them, and I'm coming with that video. I keep telling you I am, but I keep getting sidetracked, y'all. I'm busier than a 3-legged billy goat. West Virginia. Yeah, West Virginia is a terrible place to live. Terrible place. Don't move there either. Terrible. I heard about that place. Don't move there either. Those are probably the 2 worst places, if you want to think about it, is Missouri and West Virginia. It's probably the two worst places. Sorry, I'm late again. Dan on Wheels. I mean, we cannot have this kind of behavior. If you don't get straightened up, man, we're going to get you. Watching another video. Well, I hope it was ours, and I hope you didn't leave it. That hurts us. Oh, man, watch out. I'm lit tonight. What do you got in this tea, girl? Did you put a shot in here or something?
No, it should be relaxing. It should make him really relax.
All right, let's see if it goes here. All right, I'm going to tell you guys what's going on with YouTube. Actually sent us a letter. We're going to share that with you guys and let you know what's going on. We'll do it here in a little bit. We're just trying to answer some questions. If you're new around here, the wife and I have been living for 14 years, just like the Amish, off-grid in a log cabin that we built ourselves. The only problem with us and the Amish is that we poop in buckets and they have outhouses. And Stacy's like, well, I'm not having no outhouse.
Yeah.
So I came up with the bucket thing, and it works like a dream.
Because you always hear other stories about, snakes and everything in the outhouse at night. And I'm telling you, they're true because I hear them all the time from the Amish. Oh my gosh, I have a story for you all. Are you ready for this one? Talking about that. So one of the Amish crews that they do carpentry and remodeling and building and all that. They were out last week, or it was 2 weeks ago, and they were out and they were remodeling a house or a building or something, and they were doing the sledgehammers and they're hammering down the walls and doing whatever. And all of a sudden, all these snakes started coming out at them. Can you imagine?
Yeah, the Amish, they were telling us the story.
They're coming out in balls.
It was like a movie.
Yeah, they all freaked out or run upstairs, and they ended up having to come down, and they just had to sledgehammer them, and they got them all. But they said that there was
shovel.
There was 40 of them. Can you imagine? Can you imagine you're going to work every day as business
and they just be knocking holes in walls, remodeling, and crack, crack.
Oh, it's like that. It's like what's it called? Indiana Jones. You remember that part with all the snakes? That'd be freaky.
Yeah, they're destroying Minnesota, but they've been after y'all for a while, and you just passively just sit back up there and let them just rip you to shreds. It's kind of been weird to watch over the years. I used to party there, man. I was there when Prince was hanging out, and this purple, not as purple, but he had this grayish white Ferrari, and there was a club right downtown Minneapolis when I was a kid, and I see him hanging out there. That was the club. I forget, what was the name of that place?
I have no idea.
They did the video about it, the movie about it.
Okay, Christy wants to know, how long does it take for your poop to break down in compost?
I know a lot of people, y'all. You should be surprised who I know.
Christy wants to know how long your poop takes to break down in the compost.
It's 1 year in the compost pile, and then 1 year setting, adding nothing to it. So it's a 2 year system, 3 or 4 if you're super paranoid. The longer you let it set, the better it gets.
It just breaks down to a real beautiful dirt.
Who's famous person you ever met?
Oh my
and
gosh,
I don't mean just let's take a picture, click, click. Like you actually talked to them and you hung out. For at least let's say let's have a 5-minute rule. It was,
Well, Brad Pitt.
You met Brad. Well, you went to school.
I went to and Sheryl Crow.
Yeah, but did you really know him though? Did you hang out with them? Pass a beer or something?
Well, hanging out at parties and talking. Yeah.
I met your idol.
He met Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
At the Beverly Center in Hollywood. I met B.B. King, Clayton Moore, Robert Plant, Barry Manilow. Man, there's a lot more too. I got pictures to prove it. Can you please have the name of the video of your honey and garlic? It's called This Is What Big Pharma Doesn't Want You to Know. Type that in. Big Pharma doesn't want you to know. Oh, and wrestlers, I met Andre the Giant, Bulldog Bob Brown, Ric Flair. He was a trip way back in the day. All those old wrestler guys, man. The lady that used to hang out, watch us and stuff, she was big time into the Keel. The Keel was actually on TV. Remember, did you watch the Keel?
I did, yeah.
Wrestling at the Keel?
Of course. That was on the weekend.
Man, Saturday. She would drag us down there. We would meet all these people. What do I give a heal my son's broken leg? Oh, bone stuff.
Okay, so I'm going to give you something that you guys, if you have comfrey is very good and very healing too. But if you want to get something, I've talked about John Christopher. You can go online, and it's amazing because he already has formulated a lot of the things together, a lot of these herbs, and it's called Tissue and Bone or Bone and Tissue Formula. They have an actual topical rub, and then there's also, you can take something internally, and I'm going to tell you, it's amazing. Actually, I should get it. I got it in here.
You can use peat moss in your composting toilet. It's not going to be super fantastic. So sawdust shavings works the absolute best. It has to be raw. If you guys cut firewood, you could use that. If If you have a sawmill, you could use that. You can't use anything from a treated 2x4 if you're cutting, Home Depot stuff so you can build something. You can't use that stuff. But those work the best. The sawdust works the best. And if you look in the yellow pages around your house, you're going to find a sawmill. And 9.8 times out of 10, if you just show up with a pickup truck, they'll put some sawdust in there for you. Is there a thumbs up for all that good free info right there? And the sawdust is off chain for the homestead. It can preserve stuff. It can, like keep your ice. It'll keep your ice in a frozen state from winter to winter all through the summer.
And
in the sawdust.
If you have a dead animal that you need to compost,
it'll compost a dead animal.
You cover that up. It'll get rid of the smell. I use sawdust for a lot. Even on the chicken coop, yeah. I'll put it, a layer at the very bottom before I put the straw down. We use sawdust for a lot.
Terry, you never finish your fermented garlic and then start another one. You always have one going, and you always have one going. So you have two. So that way you're never without it. So
a lot of times I always make extra. So like if we go on a trip, I take it with us. I always leave one here. It always makes a huge difference. But let's go back to for if you have any sprains, broken bones or anything. Yeah. It's a complete tissue and bone.
Yeah, I took that all the time with my fingers. She had me on his ribs every day, and all this. Ribs.
Yes, and also I would do both. Like it comes in a supplement form too. Go ahead and do your research. We always tell you, look it up. Look. You can go to his website, Christopher's, the bone and tissue formula, the one you can take, and then this one, and just read all about it and see what you guys think. But I like it because it has all the herbs that are great for that, for your healing of your bones internally. And they're all put together, formulated just perfectly. So I really, really like this. And I use this, and here's the other thing I do. You never know when there's an accident, and he's been having so many accidents with his finger and his ribs, and who knows what.
Because when you're doing stuff,
spraining your ankle, or
I never did that.
Well, just anything like that. So I always, when we get done, I always keep making sure that I have this one in stock. And this is the one I usually have a lot of just herbs and things that I have myself, but this is the one that I will buy because it really comes in very handy.
And moringa's fine to grow. If you can grow it, get some.
It doesn't grow here.
And how long does it take to eliminate a cow in sawdust? Everything depends on temperatures and humidities, but probably within the year, I would say. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. Everything depends. Like if you really bury it in there. Yeah.
The Amish do with the
don't
horses
take that.
all the time.
It's really like about a year, a little less, a little more. Canadian Homestead event. Wow.
Are we getting wind blowing back in here? Oh, no.
Oh, no. Yeah, the wind's been whipping up. It's blowing in a cold front.
It's swirling. It's making smoke come back in here. Oh, my gosh.
Didn't get a notification you were live. Lori, you should just know to be here every Sunday night at 7 o'clock or a little after. What's the name of the movie? Dimming. The movie is called Dimming. That's the whole funny thing. Like, people that are in the know are laughing so hard. They're trying to put all these kids on solar and get it in their mind they could drive around in Teslas, which are garbage, and they're dropping on the values big time, and they're catching on fire, and it takes 5,000 times more water to put one out. But they're getting the kids all hyped up on these Teslas and all this stuff, while at the same time they're spraying the chemtrails and blocking out the sun. I'm running my generator over here. Don't think I'm not. Behind every good solar system or wind turbine is a better generator powered by, you guessed it, petroleum. Oh, okay. So that's why everybody's here. We're going to be talking about this letter that we got from YouTube. I guess we're going to get into it. How long has it been? 33 minutes. I'm sorry about that. We're just talking to you guys. The tooth powder is awesome. It does work really good, you guys.
Oh, it is really good. Your teeth are cleaner than you've ever had them cleaned.
So many people leave comments about that. What do you suggest for hot flashes?
My big thing, you guys, is I always say it over and over and over. Sugar is your enemy. So low carbohydrate diet. It'll make a huge difference on how you feel. And the other thing for hot flashes, honestly, is doing a little intermittent fasting. Just kind of maybe last meal you're eating is 5 or 6 at night, and maybe your next meal will be the next day, maybe around noon. Those are so helpful. But those are the two that saved my life. And I know many, 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 many people that I work with, and also that I've, talked to this about. It's really helped them. So low carbohydrates, cut the sugars down, or things that turn into sugars, like lots of breads, pasta, cereal, crackers, all that good stuff. And definitely, look into a little intermittent fasting, and it really does make a huge, huge difference.
Stacy, you remind me of Cher.
Oh, I love Cher.
Are we going to get to 10,000?
Cher's Armenian.
Cher's
too.
Armenian.
And I'm Armenian too. Mm-hmm. Oh, I just loved her. I loved her show growing up and everything.
Can't you see Cher with these earrings and her, and Stacy's always with the turquoise and the colors
babe,
and the rainbows.
I got you, babe. Yeah.
Because I stop the comments and then I scroll at my leisure. You know what I mean? Like, you got to put your finger on those comments and slow them down at your leisure. So if you guys are new here, I'm going to go ahead and get into it. All right, YouTube sent us this letter, y'all. We've been kind of putting the hot button topics. While also informing y'all how to live without the system, because it's really not that hard to do. And then we only, take part of the system when we want to, right? If we want to go somewhere on a vacation or, just whatever. And then most of the time we're just here growing food and doing our own thing and nobody bothers us. And it's very nice. When you live in a small town too, like there's not police sitting around in every corner trying to pull you over and get you for a ticket so they can pay for their air conditioning in their big fancy buildings, and just a lot less stress all the way around, a lot less bills, a lot less higher bills, a lot less costs, a lot less people. Everything about it's much nicer. So we've been sharing that with y'all, and that's against the program. They want you in the cities. See, when you have a farm and you have kids on the farm, kids are very inexpensive. But when you move to the city and you have your kids, kids are expensive. Just think about that. So here's the letter from YouTube. So you can see right there, it's actually from YouTube. And this is what it says. And first of all, we want to thank you guys for all your... We're so smirky smiley.
I'm just listening.
We just want to thank you guys for all your love and support, because we probably wouldn't have got this letter if it wasn't because of you guys causing all this trouble. All right, you did it. One mission, one channel, and one more thing. 1 million subscribers.
Yay. Thank you, guys.
You may have started with just a few viewers, but your incredible voice... Oh, how did they know I have an incredible voice? Did they hear me?
They can hear you miles away.
I'm not a loud talker. Gosh, that's terrible. See the abuse I have to take, y'all? Okay, you may have started with just a few viewers, but your incredible voice, passion, and creativity has now touched the lives of so many people around the world, and the community that you've built is immeasurably enriched by the stories that you've shared as you bring people together. I hope they did watch our channel so they won't be mad at us when we get 10 and 15 million, right? Ha! To honor your incredible milestone, we are proud to present you with the Gold Creator Award. We hope that this special recognition will inspire you and remind you how much you mean to so many. We know this milestone is one of many that you have reached, with others yet to come. You are part of a dynamic group, and we are, of people who are building the next generation of news media companies. Ooh. Every day, you are redefining how content is created and watched, one voice and one video at a time. It's our great privilege to be part of your journey. We can't wait to see what you do next. Y'all, don't think YouTube's so bad, man. I've been on this platform for quite a while, and man, they've been supportive for us, and they let me pivot if I want to pivot. 10,000, oh, it dropped down to 99. 10,000 people. So we've had nothing but love and good stuff from YouTube, right? There are times, though, when they're clowning, and we'll call them out on that and try to do what we can to be good about it. But for the most part, on our channel, they've given us a lot of latitude, so. And I'm not holding back, I have, obviously. All right, so now we want to show you guys. So when you get to 100,000 subscribers, they send you a plaque. And we did a video about that a while ago, and it was about being a movement, like this homesteading stuff. I knew even back then was a movement. It wasn't just some fad. And then this is what they send you when you get to 1 million subscribers, right? And they call this what is it? the gold. And then in 10 million, you have to get 10 more million subscribers, 9 more. You get one called the diamond, and then that's it. But man, that's 1 million
Pretty
subscribers.
Cool. Yes.
And we couldn't do it without you.
So thank you guys so very much.
And that's what they sent us. And it says presented to Doug and Stacy because we could never get off grid with on there.
Fit on
it's
there.
too long. That's our other one says Doug and Stacy. For getting to 1 million.
Thank you.
Students. 1 million students. How about that, y'all?
All right, so now Marilyn has a question.
Oh my gosh, don't be blazing right over
I
our
want to just
YouTube
go.
trophy
People's
and
time is
stuff. They want to, they're having fun with it. They like it too. That's a big deal.
It is.
You guys, a lot of people that post videos, they have so much videos posted on YouTube every single day, every single hour, every single minute. Many channels will never see 100,000 subscribers, y'all. So for us to hit 1 million subscribers, and we're just Doug and Stacy in this whole log cabin here, is just it's just really something. All right, now what are you going to interrupt us with?
So Marilyn wants to know, thanks, Doug and Stacy, can you put some places to get good seeds that aren't so expensive? What kind of seed can be used for the plant next year?
Doug and Stacy are going to have seeds in a little while, so hang in there. We get some somewhere else for now, but we are coming up with seeds. Hot news flash.
That.
Oh no!
I wasn't gonna. You don't mean to say?
Y'all, there's a lot of places you get. Look online. Just type in like heirloom seeds or whatever. There's Johnny Seeds, M.I. Gardner, Morgan County Seed Company. So many seed companies. Try to find seeds that are around your area. Try to find, seeds just wherever. We can. There's lots of places to get seeds. But get seeds because you don't want to be in a position where you don't have seeds. And we are going to have seeds at the Missouri Tea Company.
Okay.
So that was the big suspenseful thing about the letter and everything. It was so fantastic. Yeah, and our seed swaps, probably we're going to try to do some as we meet up with you guys this year. We'll try to bring some seeds.
Everyone's worried about the banks collapsing.
Oh, I'll do a video on it tomorrow, you guys. That'll be the video tomorrow. I got some news for you.
Yeah, Libby says homesteading is work in progress and change is needed. If one thing doesn't work, try a different way of life as a journey. It's so true because, like what we do may not work for you guys. And I know many things that we started doing, I have changed. Or you see people doing this and you're trying this and that. Like I'm going through the greenhouse because I'm like, I don't like doing this and I prefer to do this. And I've gotten rid of a lot of different things, maybe like little cups that you do your plants in. I mean, you got to find what works out best for you. And over time, and I think homesteading really, it is a journey. It's like an adventure. You're kind of going through like, how you play Monopoly, you go from one space to the other. And you're going to find out what works for you. And the longer you do it, it's like, I think, wouldn't you say the first 3 to 4 years, you kind of start getting into the swing of things. And as it keeps going, it just gets easier and easier. And then over time, and I noticed, especially after we got past 10 years, it does get easier. And then you kind of find things, what you want to pick your battles, things you want to keep doing, things you don't want to keep doing, even though you like doing it, but maybe it's more of a pain for you. And it's like, well, maybe shouldn't be doing that, or maybe I shouldn't be raising that. Like I loved our Indian runner ducks. And after the last of them had gotten taken out by raccoons or coyotes, we just decided not to do them anymore. Even though I really miss them and I would really like to have them, they were very messy and you were always worried about them because after a year's time, they went into the coop, but then they don't ever want to go in the coop. They want to just be out running around all the time. You can never get them back in. And it was just too much. So we decided not to do ducks anymore, even though I would like to, but right now we're not doing ducks. So, it is a journey and you start changing things, moving things around. This is happening. So just don't ever get used to it or get stagnant. You can always change. We're not like a tree, right? We can move around.
Yeah. So if you don't like where you live,
even move. If you're not happy at your homestead, maybe find someplace else.
Or even if you're somewhere you don't want to be and you want to be on a homestead, get busy. So somebody asked about my intercostal pain. If it hurts when I take a deep breath. No, it doesn't really hurt when I do that, but when I have my arm like this for a long period of time, that's when it seems to kind of bug me. I do get little shots of pain here and there. You know what I mean? It's just probably something I'm gonna
That's for
have.
the rest
That
of
was
your
a
life.
major
Yeah,
trauma,
yeah.
y'all. I mean, I fell, in case you didn't know the story, but I fell sideways. I literally went this way with my body straight down onto my hitch on the back of my truck. It's called a pintle hitch, and it just busted me up. And so that's what I have now. So I just have to watch it and, you know, take care of myself the best I can. I'm still doing things, my inner body stuff, Dr. Christopher stuff, or, you know, just staying healthy is the main thing.
Oh, Stephanie started sprouts and they're almost ready. Exciting, Stephanie, when you get done. And usually I'll get a towel. You know, you can use a paper towel or, a flour sack when they're done. You know, I kind of lay them out on that and just let them kind of make sure they're not wet. And then when I put them back in a container, I'll make sure to you could put a paper towel or like a nice cloth, like an old t-shirt, to absorb some of the moisture, and then put them in the refrigerator. They should last you a couple weeks. Oh, I love it. Stumbledore says, behind every solar system is a good generator. And that is so true, because we've had sun and days, and so we've had to run the generator a couple times already.
That is a fact. That is a fact. Do you ever plant your sprouts?
No, I eat them.
Where are we going to get some stuff now that Layman's is a no-go?
If you can find a good Mennonite or Amish store.
Right, if you guys didn't know, okay, Layman's, Pops died, and they sold the company like right away, right? And then they started kind of acting weird towards us. Last year they acted kind of weird towards us, and now she literally told us, because we're talking about Tractor Supply having drag queen story time with kids, which, by the way, we helped cause a movement. And now, if you didn't know, or the follow-ups, I'll have them for you shortly. Those things are being banned all over the place, and they're being told that they cannot have kids at those things anymore. So, y'all, this stuff is working. But she said literally, like, we don't want you talking about it, so we're parting ways. So we don't support that stuff. We can't support that stuff. Shutting people up and not, So we don't do anything with them anymore. We don't recommend buying anything.
But I mean, we were talking.
You shop where you want to shop. You do what you want to do, but we're not spending a dime there.
So, wherever you live, I mean, even if you have
go
most
to the
states
neighborhoods,
have Amish around.
Yes, or
somewhere.
Mennonites.
So if you have an hour drive or an hour and a half drive, or even a 2-hour drive, 2.5 hour drive, if you took a trip out there and you went once every couple months or whatever, you can find they have bulk food stores.
Stacy goes an hour. What is?
It depends. I know many of them, and so I have favorite ones. It's an hour and 50 minutes.
An hour and 50 minutes, almost 2 hours. She goes to one, so y'all could do the same thing. Most of y'all.
But we have other stores that are closer.
Sure, we
but
do.
This is the main one.
I'm just giving an example. She does it. You can do it too.
I love it. You just have to find around. I mean, you can Google it. The Mennonite. It'll be in there. You can find out. You can find out where a produce auction is if you don't have produce, and you don't grow it yourself, and you can go and get fresh produce. That way. You can find a lot on the internet. If you don't have internet, go to the library. You can do it there. And then that way, go to those places and put your money in your community. You don't need to support some of these great big box stores anymore. You can find all the stuff that you want. They're going to have wheat berries. They're going to have, good, better grades of flour. They can give you your sucanat, which is a sugarcane natural. You can find, raw sugar. You can find all these different things.
And in bulk. And you're cutting out the multi-million-dollar business people over there, this big conglomerate that Layman sold out to or whatever.
And they don't mark
and you can just go with the mom and pop. Right,
and they don't mark their stuff up as high as you're going to see in a store. And that way you're supporting your local community. So I would definitely
you still use ghee for your moisturizer.
Yes. I just put some on right before we started.
Oh, and there's antibiotics. You won't be able to go to the farm and home and get antibiotics anymore, y'all, coming up. I think it's like 2 months. There's a lot of stuff coming up. You guys are sleepy night on. These doctors are going to start really roughing you up about your vaccine status come April 1st. You heard it first right here. And these mugs are from Ayers Pottery. All you got to do is Google Ayers Pottery, Hannibal, Missouri. Ayers, Hannibal, Missouri. Get some while they can.
All right, Renee wants to know, what type of turkeys do we raise and recommend? So I did a thing on Instagram a few days ago, and I just had a whole bunch of eggs, because generally with your turkeys, a turkey is not like a chicken where they're going to lay an egg all the time, all year long. So they're going to lay a clutch of eggs, anywhere from 4 to 20 at one time, and then they're going to sit on them, and then hopefully they hatch. Turkeys are not the best mothers at all. I have tried over the years to raise turkeys naturally, because our turkeys hang out during the day, they free range, and then they go in at the coop at night. When you start to have, like, I call them like adolescent teenager turkeys, where they're almost a year, not quite a year or so, I noticed the males, which is so funny, they like to stay out at night. They'll get on top of the chicken coop and hang out for a while. And then as they get a little bit older, like a year and a half, maybe going on to 2 years, and the weather starts getting bad and the winters are getting bad, they're like, forget this stuff, I'm going back in the coop. So it's your younger turkeys that'll be kind of a little bit more rebellious, young adolescent boys. And what happens is, now all my girls are laying their eggs. They have their little nests that I have found. And I had tried before to let them do it naturally, like they find a place somewhere, and then they've ended up getting picked off. So for me, I found it works best. My neighbor down the street has an incubator, so I collect all the eggs. I know they're fertilized, and I give them to her, and then we hatch them, so I know I have turkeys, because that's been my thing. I really do like turkey better than chicken, and so we've been raising a lot more turkeys, and so that's what we're using for our meat. So the turkeys, I've had lots of turkeys. I really like the bourbon reds, and I really like the Royal Palms. They're a smaller turkey compared to these other ones I'm going to talk about, but they're beautiful. The bourbon reds and the Royal Palms are beautiful turkeys. You can look them up if you don't know what they look like. If you want a nice heritage breed type turkey, the blue slate gives you a lot of meat. So like for Thanksgiving, or if you have, a special occasion, you want more meat, the blue slate is a really good turkey. Also, you got the double-breasted bronze, so that's going to give you a lot more breast meat. They're a bigger turkey, but unfortunately, they're not going to be able to roost or get up high because they get too big. So I've had those before. And then also black Spanish. It's more of a black turkey. Those are pretty good. They're not quite as big as the blue slate, but they can be around that way. And just so you know, the toms or the boys are going to be bigger, and you're going to get more meat than the females. So, all those turkeys are good. I had all those, and they're wonderful. So I haven't had any problems with any of them. I think they're great, and they're a lot of fun. But my personal favorite are the Royal Palm and the Bourbon Red. And then for meat, I like the blue slate.
Hi, Diana. How was Pappy's visit to the VA? I was kind of watching that, but you didn't really follow up with it. So hopefully everything was good there.
Lorraine wants to know how to get rid of rodents in and around your chickens and coop.
Fermented foods last 6 months to a year, easy.
Okay, so for rodents around your chicken coop, if you have cats, of course, and honestly, some of our cats have gotten, if you feed them, they can spend the night in the coop at night. Sometimes they've gotten stuck in there. And then actually, if you get a good dog, like a lot of these dogs like rodents, like Molly, I'm telling you, if there's any mice or rats or anything around, she will get them. She digs them and gets them out. So a good dog and some cats.
Do you pluck or skin your turkeys? We pluck everything because we like the skin.
I like the skin. The fat is good.
If you buy junky chicken or turkey at the store, though, you might want to peel the skin off. But ours, we leave on. So
just remember, if you do get any meat from the grocery store, fat stores toxins. So any commercially raised meats, I would not touch the fat on them whatsoever. But if you're raising them yourself, it's grass-fed, you know what's going in them, the fat's going to be very healthy for you. So I would not ever do fat, for any kind of store-bought meat like that. That's commercial. But if you raise it yourself, fat is good.
What is osteopenia?
Your bones, your bones
some.
are brittle bones. Well,
we're not doctors. We don't play one on YouTube. This is just purely what we study and what we can say.
And we were talking about this last week too. I would not recommend. And here's the other thing. If you watched last week and I was talking about avocado.
Full disclaimer.
Not avocado, but the look up. Okay, we were talking about calcium and how no one should be taking calcium.
Right.
Look up some videos. It's David Avocado Wolf. That's his nickname. He does some really good videos about calcium and just calcium. So you can look up David Avocado Wolf and look up taking calcium, and you can learn about what calcium does for the body. The kind that you buy, synthetic calcium, because it's basically like eating stones and eating rock. So, getting a good diet, everything, anybody's having any issues, you guys can control it by what you're putting in your body.
It's all about
what
that,
you're doing.
y'all.
Cut out any of these.
What do you think all this sickness is man-made?
No, corn oil, no vegetable oil, no canola oil, no soybean oil, none of those oils. No seed oils, sunflower oils, none of those, because they're so terrible for your arteries and your heart and your body, and causing aches and pains and all this. And a lot of this osteopenia and all that is because you're not, absorbing and getting the right ratio of, like your vitamin D3 and your magnesium. I mean, you need all these things, and vitamin K2 to help you absorb all these vitamins and minerals in your body. So just by going, and I'm a big advocate of a low carbohydrate diet, meaning where you're going to eat, good grass-fed meats, from your chickens to if you have salmon, or if you're having a pond and you're having bass or bluegill, or you have crappie, depending where you are, wild-caught salmon, lamb, beef, deer, venison, all those things are wonderful. And then good fats, like, if you're making your beef tallow or homemade lard, or you're doing the ghee from homemade grass-fed butter, things like that. And lots of wonderful leafy greens. You need all these great things that are loaded with all the nutrients that your body needs, that we're starving for. I'm not a big advocate for a lot of fruit, because it does have it does have sugar in it. It will raise your insulin levels. I'm a big advocate of berries, like blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, all those kind of things. I do like the citruses, lemon is wonderful. And if you just do a low carbohydrate type diet, we'll do sweet potatoes, and I do regular potatoes, but you don't want to do like a whole plate of that kind of stuff. Just think about things, because those things are going to turn into, like your breads, pasta, cereals, or crackers. That's going to turn into sugar basically in your bloodstream, not just eating like dessert all the time. Those all kind of go together. So nice low carbohydrate diet, going ahead and having your nice leafy greens and a salad, or maybe cooking some broccoli, having some rice, once in a while, not a lot of it, and just eat well. And then doing some intermittent fasting and just changing how you eat will make a huge difference. Just go ahead and look up a diet for osteopenia and see what it says. It'll go through. A lot of this is just changing kind of how you've eaten. And if you start making baby steps, because for a lot of you guys, even what I'm telling you what to eat, you're like, I can't do that. But if you just start changing a little at a time, you may start noticing you're feeling better and better and better. And then, like I say, the intermittent fasting is great. Last meal at 5 or 6, maybe try the next meal at noon, and then go from there. Make sure you're drinking good water first thing in the morning, drinking, a glass of water with the Soleil that we had talked about, or a nice pinch of Redmond real salt, unrefined salt in there. You can put a little lemon in there, and just start making these healthy habits and getting some good, movement, exercise in your body to help with your bones. Because I'm telling you guys, the older that you get, it is so crucial to get that blood flow throughout your body through movement, getting out, doing some exercising. There's tons of stuff, maybe you don't like to go work out really hard. Maybe you don't want to, I'm not a big advocate for running, but like high intensity interval training, or if you have a chair, you could do a ton of stuff in a chair. If you have a little squishy ball, you could do a lot of stuff with the ball. You can squeeze it with your hands, working your chest muscles. You could, put it between your knees and do leg extensions. I mean, there's lots of different things that you guys could do. You can find tons of videos. So if you're not able to stand up, you can do stuff in a chair, and you can find all this. I mean, it really is. We say that the internet is so bad, but it can be so good because you can find so much knowledge on there. So things that you enjoy doing, maybe you just like to stretch, then stretch, but your body needs that movement. And especially for your bones, you do need, something where you are, maybe squatting, getting it out of the chair, or you're doing things to help strengthening your bones by lifting some weight. You don't have weights, you could use bottled water, or, something like that. So those little things will help tremendously. And then also just you're eating a good balanced diet. Look into the proper ratio of vitamin D3 with K2. You can find supplementation that has vitamin D3 and K2 together, and then taking magnesium with that, because they all kind of work together to help you absorb those vitamins that you need. So just check into that. That was like really long, but.
And quail are excellent for you guys to do, and especially if you have some homeowner garbage you're living through. A lot of times you can sneak the quail in. 800 thumbs up, 8,300 people watching. That's awesome. Yeah, we already talked about the letter, so you guys are gonna have to watch the beginning part. We hit it at around the 30-minute mark, and you guys can see what's going on with YouTube. And you know, it was a nice kind of different kind of thing. So whatever. We use honey. We use maple syrup. You know.
Oh, for sweetener.
Yeah.
And I also like stevia extract. There's different flavors if you try different brands of stevia extracts. The best one that I've ever had, and it doesn't really have that aftertaste that sometimes you get with stevia, is the Trader Joe's. I like that one. I try to make the stevia extract, and my stevia extract doesn't come out very good. I've tried it a few times.
Wind is blowing out there.
Oh, it's terrible. At least that's working.
We feed our cats hitchhikers. Do you use olive oil for cooking? No, we do not like seed oils.
I use, olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil is amazing for your health, just as long as you get a good extra virgin olive oil. I do not cook with it. I don't heat it. I only use it on cold salads. I make it in all my salad dressings. You want to really look out for your olive oil, because they have really ruined it by contaminating with a lot of other things. So they could mix olive oil. It'll say extra virgin olive oil on it, and it could be mixed with soybean oil, a lot of these little oils. So, or other oils. So when canola oil, and then when you read the label, it may say it's from Tunisia, it may be from Morocco, it might be from Turkey, it might be from Portugal, it might be from Greece, it might be from Italy. You do not want something that's been and mixed in a big vat from all these different places. I mean, who knows what it's from, or what you're getting in it. If you know you have pure olive oil, you want to get, of course, cold press olive oil. You want to get it where it, when you put it in the refrigerator, it will get hard, and it will, and that's one way to know. And another way that you can tell if it's pretty good and it's pure is it won't smoke when you use it. Like we have lanterns, and if you use them strictly for that, if you have extra virgin olive oil and it's pure, it won't smoke. So that's another way you can kind of tell. But just make sure, like I really like the extra virgin olive oil from Greece. I get a good one in a glass bottle. You generally like the bottle to be, has some coloring to it to help it so it won't oxidize. And then once I open it, I keep it in the refrigerator because it will help it from oxidizing more. So that's just a couple of things that you do with olive oil. Don't keep it out in the heat. Don't keep it out. Don't keep it by the sun.
Because when you get it hot, it gets rancid, and it's actually bad for your genes and your genetic makeup. Trish, classic problem. You put too much honey and garlic in your jar, so you don't have any headspace, so it's burbling out of the top. That's what's going on there. So you always want to leave headspace,
and it will be very active, the honey fermented garlic, for a couple of weeks. So you need to keep a little space, and it'll start going down. It might be kind of messy, but it'll be fine after a couple of weeks. So
just you drain some out now.
If it's a problem, yeah, you could. Yeah.
Lesson learned.
And then use what you've already used and make salad dressing. 2 parts extra virgin olive oil to 1 part raw apple cider vinegar, and then put some of that honey in there. And you might need to put a little bit more honey, and it'll taste amazing, I bet.
You like coconut oil? We like it for
love coconut oil.
Mouth health.
I like coconut oil for certain things. If I'm baking, it's good making brownies or sometimes cookies, because you kind of get that little flavor. I love it. I oil pull with it. I use it. You know what, guys? If you don't have tooth powder or you don't have toothpaste, it's amazing just to get coconut oil and brush your teeth with it. Try it and see what you think. That's what you guys can do tonight. Get a little coconut oil.
Bad teeth and bad stuff, man. Swish that stuff around in your mouth for a little bit and then spit it out on the street or something. Don't put it down your pipes, but it can really help you out with getting your mouth in order.
Yeah, I oil pull every single day. It helps your teeth get whiter. Mm-hmm. It keeps your gums healthy. It pulls out any toxins. It's amazing. I love it. I know a lot of people who have you know, maybe you're feeling like you got a cavity and you can't get to the dentist, or you're one of these people that can't stand going to the dentist, so you wait and you wait and you wait. If you oil pull, you keep it in your mouth, swish it around for 10 minutes or so, it can really help alleviate the pain
Game
until you can
changer.
get to the dentist. You know, I mean,
Dylan O'Shea, you stick around here, we're going to be teaching you a lot of stuff you didn't know about, because that's how we roll, man. We got all this good stuff. We live this stuff every single day.
I saw someone said they're allergic to coconut. You can do the same thing.
No botulism with garlic honey. That's a double anti-microbial.
Yeah, botulism, mostly you find botulism in canned goods.
Yes, because you kill it.
So, what was I talking about?
I don't know.
Coconut oil.
Mine was more important.
You can also oil pull with ghee. You can oil pull with sesame oil. You can oil pull with olive oil. It all, you know, you can try those too if you don't do coconut oil.
Yeah, Dylan Riley, make sure you check out the salt link at offgridwithdougandstacy.com and get the Redmonds, because it's real salt that your body needs, not that white salt that the liars are selling.
Somebody said that they couldn't figure out how to go to our link. If you go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com and you go to the shop tab, just go
on your mobile. There's 3 little dashes up in the upper right corner. When you hit that, it'll drop down the menu, because you know we have different pages. You know, when you go to a website, it's like a book. And in that website, there's this page and this chapter and this chapter. So we have a chapter about shopping, and we have blogs where we write stories. We have events where you can come see us. So we have these different chapters in there for you. That's how that stuff works. Is kosher salt okay? Sure,
of course.
It just means somebody, you know, had these special arrangements with it.
So just know, when you look at kosher salt and coarse salt, it's the same grade.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the kosher salt was blessed by a rabbi.
Yeah, Missouri does the time change. We meet every night on Sunday at 7 o'clock. We've been here for 65 minutes, and the time now is 8:27. We were a little bit late.
Okay, Stealth 222 says Barred Rock chickens are good. I love them. I think that might be one of my favorites.
Do you like Barred Rock roosters?
That is my ultimate favorite rooster of all time. Never get a Rhode Island red rooster. And I know many stories from lots of people. They are mean roosters. So if you have, I know somebody will say, I have a happy good one, but generally the Barred Rock roosters aren't the nicest. Not the Barred Rock. The Rhode Island red roosters are not the nicest, but the Barred Rocks are the wonderful, sweetest roosters. I just love them to death. And I like the Barred Rock hens too.
Yeah, and you don't need to warm up your coconut oil. You just spoon it right out of there and put it in your mouth. Yeah,
because when you get it in your mouth, it'll get all squishy. The first time or two, it might freak you out, but it'll
it's hard because you're going to get the gag reflex. I'm just here to tell you, like, a lot of people try it, and it takes a little bit to get used to, because you have that stuff in there, and you're like, and it's got that texture and the thickness, and you're like,
or if you want, that's you.
I'm me. Just, hey, I know a lot of people that had trouble.
Well, all you got to do is get it. You can get it warm. You know, in the summer here, I don't ever have to worry about it because it's already melted by then in the summertime. But yeah, it works good. Oh my gosh,
oil
Jenny.
Pulling for more than a minute is a bad idea. Yeah, you only go about a minute, don't you?
No, I do it for 10.
10 minutes right here. All right, we talking about. We're going to flag you for false information.
Jenny, have you ever thought about keeping bees? Jenny, we kept
we
bees
have
for
bees.
14 years.
We have one of the best bee playlists on YouTube with millions of views. So make sure you go to our page and check out our playlist. Remember those chapters I told you about? It's the same thing on YouTube. We have live show chapters, playlist chapters, community tab chapters. So you go there and get onto our bee videos. Oh my gosh, your head's going to explode. They're the best videos on the internet, if I do say so myself. Did you get stung? I've been stung a couple times.
Yep. You have been stung a couple times. Okay, let's see. I'm way behind you on this.
All right. Is it okay to use salted butter to make ghee?
Yes, I've done it both ways. If you go on the internet, it'll say to use unsalted butter, but I do both. I do with whatever I have, and it does fine. So I don't have any problem doing it that way.
How long does the garlic honey mixture stay good? Forever.
For many, many,
You're gonna
many,
use
many
it.
years.
If you're not using it, then what are you doing?
BlackRock wants to know, he or she has seen my gigantic dill plants.
Hold on. Let's touch on this because
Yes.
I don't think you explained to them. Do you drink the cayenne pepper in the nosebleed in water, or do you shove the cayenne pepper up their nose? How do you actually administer that cayenne pepper?
I put it in water and then drink it.
Okay.
Yes.
How much?
Well, if it was a little kid, like normally I would say, you could do, half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, but I just gave him, I can't remember, I just shook it in there real quick. Maybe you could do 1/8 of a teaspoon up to so much. Look at the kid that you're giving it to, and then just have them chug it down really quick, and it should stop it. For an adult, I would go a little bit more. You could do probably half a teaspoon or a little bit more.
Do you think Nicole was watching first and then Rich started watching, or do you think Rich was watching and then Nicole started watching, or do you think they started watching together?
Rich, I'm supposed to guess?
I'm just wondering what Rich and Nicole got going on and why he wants me to say hi to her so she can freak out.
Well, hi, Rich and Nicole.
You still recommend what to do about carpenter bees? They're eating my house up.
Somebody gave us.
You put a little trap up for them.
Yeah, a mason jar,
yeah.
And then they kind of go inside of there, and you attach it to the side of your house. When we were at one of the things we did, somebody gave us that. I can't wait to put it up. Yeah, look at like a carpenter house.
If you put some cayenne pepper in somebody's nose, they're gonna punch you.
No, don't put it in anyone's nose.
It'll be bad news. Don't listen to Doug. I was asking a question. I didn't say that's how you did it. It was a question. Oh my goodness, you ain't got that right.
Okay, so I got to go over my dill thing.
Okay, the dill thing.
So BlackRock.
BlackRock.
That's what his name is, or her name.
Oh my gosh, you're freaking me out with that name. Go ahead.
Wants to know how my gigantic dill plants. So the trick is, I just save my seeds year after year. I leave them in the greenhouse once they kind of go into seed, and then all I do is early on in the season, like now even, I'll just sprinkle them around there, and then they'll start popping up really early. They like it cool, and they'll start popping up early. So then I'll have them. So then what I do is once I start seeing them getting close to seeding, I'll go ahead and keep sprinkling it. And I just keep sprinkling them, and they just keep coming up. I keep sprinkling them when it gets later in the season, so that I'll have them through when it gets almost to deep part of winter, and then I have it all the time. And we'll put a bunch of the seeds. I just sprinkle them around, and then once they go to seeds and dry out, I just pull them out and I just hang them in the greenhouse. That's what I do with all my stuff, like marigolds, zinnias, my dill, things like that. I just let them go to seed, pull them out, hang them up in the greenhouse, and then I just keep using the seeds. I don't store them. I mean, I leave them in the greenhouse. I don't put them in an envelope. I don't do anything. I just leave them like that, and I just keep reseeding and reseeding. Just simple.
And yeah, we did talk about we did talk about the YouTube letter, and we did talk about layman's lame ass. So you have the YouTube thing's about 30 minutes in, so you can go watch that. No, I'm not gonna tell. They gotta go watch how it is. Yeah, that's why you gotta be on time to these things. I'll talk about the banks this week in the videos coming up. Where to go to register on your channel. When you go to offwithdouganstacy.com, I'll leave the link again. There's a purple banner on the top of the page right when you get there, and then also there is a pop-up box that says bless this mess, and that's where you register for this month. And we're going to be doing it on the 15th, which is only a couple more days. There's only like 1,100 people, and I'm going to go to some place, and then I'm going to put the word out, and then there's going to be like one person that shows up.
And that person's going to get the money.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody buys toothpaste anymore. You guys should be making Stacy's tooth powder. We did a whole video on it, and it's the bomb digging.
And now they're talking about, that just came out, I was listening to something where they're saying how bad fluoride is for you. Basically,
they're just saying how bad fluoride is for you, and you can't believe it?
Fluoride, they used it, the Nazis used it in World War II.
Come on, man, are you all...
It's so bad, it dumbs you down,
and they totally are putting it in your water, and they sold it to you on the premise that it's going to be good for your kids' teeth.
And then you can buy fluoridated water.
And then they told you to quit breastfeeding your baby and to put it on the milk from the can. So it'd be better for it. And people believe this nonsense.
And the other thing, you guys, if any of you guys have kids and you're giving them fluoridated water, please stop. I mean, it's just terrible. So if you are make your own toothpaste, go check out my tooth powder video and learn how to make tooth powder, or make sure you're buying, toothpaste that doesn't have foaming agents in it or it doesn't have fluoride. There's a lot of good ones out there right now.
All we said was there's a couple ways to get rid of carpenter bees. You just have to kind of look online. You could use a jar. There's a hole they go in. They can't come back out. Just do some research on it.
Go online and see if you can find out how to make one out of these mason jars. You'll need a few to put around your house, and see if that works, because someone had given us one and said that they put them around their house and they really made a huge
Crystallized honey at the bottom of your garlic is not a big deal. Don't even sweat it. Just means that your stuff got cold. That's all. And I have a video on how to take your crystallized honey and turn it back into that, runny good stuff. And anything you guys want to know, just type it in and then type off-grid Doug right after it. So if you want to know about making tooth powder, you type in tooth powder off-grid Doug. And it'll pop up and you guys can watch it and learn all about it. All right, man. Hello from Dearborn, Michigan. We have family in very good friends
in Dearborn.
Are like family in Dearborn. Our friend there was the principal of the Romulus School District.
And there's an Armenian church in Dearborn.
A big Armenian church in Dearborn.
And I've been there.
And I've been there too.
Yep.
I did the videos about 15 minutes cities before Jeff Adams. Stacy, do you make fruit vinegar?
Of course. And you guys, you can make vinegar into you make vinegar out of lots of different things. And I make it, we have apple trees out our wazoo here. I do a lot of apple cider vinegar, but you can make apple cider vinegar out of everything, out of raisins or pears or, whatever you got, you can make vinegars out of. So yes, vinegar is so easy to make.
Hey, Patriot Mom, if you love that about Stacy saying that about the Nazis, then you're probably going to love me telling you that we taught them everything that they know. So just dig into your history, y'all. We are lied to and manipulated on the biggest levels. And this internet is red pilling so many people right now. People are coming out of it. That's off the chain. Off the chain. How much ACV evaporates before it's done? Yeah, quite a bit.
It's not too bad. I mean, it's not too bad. You work. It's good. It's not.
She says there's a third gone.
It'll go. What kind of top do you have on it? You don't want to have a real thin top. You got to watch out too. You don't want any fruit flies or anything going in. But the big thing when you're doing this is if you can just make lots of it. Get a really big container of it. Get bigger container. And a lot of the stores you can find those big glass jars or containers, and then they have the big round lid that you can put on. I like to put mine in a bigger container, and the more you make, the better. It's got to sit for a few months, right? So I always like to do, I'll make it in all different kind of jars. I got it all over down in the root cellar. I got it here in the back room. I just have my little science experiments everywhere. And the more you have, the better. Because if you're only going to make, little quart-sized jar, you go through a lot of apple cider vinegar. I make it for salad dressings. I drink it before my meals to help with my digestion and everything. And I use it for our skin. It's a great toner for your skin. I use it in my hair. I use it for a lot. So I just try to make a lot of it. So if you're going to do it, do a lot. And always think about in bulk, when it's apple season. And I was we've talked about this before, when you are, let's say you're driving out in the country and there's people that have apple trees and the apples are dripping off or the pears are dripping off and no one's getting them. Just go to their door and say, I'd be glad to take care of some of these apples. I'll pick them for you. And, mind if I have some? And if you get a couple bushels of apples, you could get a lot of, you can make applesauce. You can make apple cider vinegar.
If they're dripping, they're probably not getting sprayed. And
yeah. Just drive around. Or even if you're in a neighborhood, possibly, someone might have an apple tree that they're not doing anything with. And you drive by the same thing all the time. You see, that apple tree, they don't ever. Or even people put a garden in and they just let their stuff go. And there's all these red tomatoes. I mean, I've done all this.
Yeah.
I see the tomatoes in their garden and I'll drive by. This is when we first moved here. And I'm like, you're not going to I'd be glad to take those off your hand, and they're happy because you're helping cleaning it
And
up.
then most people want to share the food if they have extra. Is it okay for my garlic to change color? It'll change to a silver, to a blue, and then to a black. Yeah, it's going to change color.
Yeah, sometimes you won't freak out. Like if you ferment it, sometimes because of the sulfur, it'll turn blue or green. But the garlic honey, it might turn brown.
It's the best homestead cow breed for butter and cheese is the neighbor's cow.
Honestly, I'm going to tell you, my neighbor has Dexter's, and there's a heritage breed, and it's a smaller cow, so it's a lot easier to handle. They're very cute and docile.
The neighbor's cow is the best cow, just like the neighbor's boat is the best boat.
And the Dexter, I love the meat. I don't know what it is. The meat has a great taste. Milking it or whatever, everything. I do like.
As you say that about the meat, there's somebody from Yak, Montana.
But you're going to have a lot of people say a lot of different things about the different cows. Your Jersey cows, everyone likes that. Or there's different cows.
We don't fertilize our sweet potatoes, and whatever fertilizer we use is just like
my fertilizer.
Mealworm,
No, my
bone broth.
Shame on you.
Hold on, let me talk here.
You're not saying what the best fertilizer that we use.
It's the poop and the compost.
No, it's not.
It's the
the
buckets
pee.
and the poop and the pee and the
So
sheep poop.
what's
the
my
horse
video
poop,
I did on that one? It's the
free
best.
fertilizer, free nitrogen fixture, free everything.
Yeah. Your urine, if you're not taking medicine, is amazing. It's a great.
You're in
fertilizer.
trouble.
Yeah. So urine is very, very good. If you're not taking
Not for
medicine,
them pills.
pee in a bucket. You have a little pee in there in a 5-gallon bucket. Fill the rest up with some water. It's a great nitrogen.
If you go on the Redmond's link at the shop tab, then you hit the Redmond's link, and then when you get on there, you just type in the bentonite clay, and it comes in a. Are they doing buckets or bags?
They have buckets and bags now. So if you
and
want,
when you get the bucket, sometimes the oxygen will suck out of it a little bit, or you might get it a little caved in. Some of you sissies were complaining about it to the factory, so they got worried about it and then tried to go to bags and stuff. Don't worry about it. So just
it's no biggie. It's just through the shipping and how it all is.
It's just because it goes.
I love those buckets.
Altitude.
So the buckets that come in is it the 10 pounds?
Well water good for you. It's okay.
So the buckets are good, or you can get it in a bag. Either way.
Have it tested because a lot of places are rich in iron, sulfur, blah blah.
Always
blah,
get
blah.
your well water tested, but well water is wonderful because many wells they have great, varieties of the vitamins and minerals, or minerals, not vitamins, in your water. So check it out and just get your water tested. It's really simple to do.
If you take supplements, you could use it, I guess. I don't know.
What?
We don't take a lot of supplements. Your poop and pee supplements. Not,
you'll
not
be fine with that.
pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
All right. That's it, man. We're out of here. I got stuff to do. This is at about 30 minutes into the video tonight. If you guys want to go see what's going on with YouTube sending us a letter, right? We're going to get out of here right now and see you guys on the flip side. We have over 1,500 videos teaching you guys all this stuff. Anything about natural spring water, it's awesome. Love natural spring water. We have 1,500 videos. All you have to do is go to our videos tab and then scroll down. So much information for you guys on collecting rainwater, on fermenting foods, on good stuff to grow for your gardens, on building a greenhouse. We are going to be putting up a hoop house, so we will have videos start to finish on putting up the hoop house. Gary said he was coming up and everything.
The high tunnel.
The high tunnel.
Yes, I'm getting a high tunnel.
Yes, finally we're getting a high tunnel. So we're going to show you guys how to put up a high tunnel from brand new. It's a 20 by 30. And it's like a little package. And we're going to put the whole thing together and show you guys how to do it because we're kind of worried about the chemtrails and stuff. So,
Jadillo Love wants to know what company should I buy wood cook stove from. Find the Amish.
Or Mennonites.
Mennonites.
And there's several different good Amish families that actually make the stoves. The Pioneer Princess, the Baker's Choice are made by an Amish family.
Ashland Deluxe.
Ashland Deluxe are made by Amish, right? They're made by people.
So you can look that up and find out where's one close to you, or you could order one. Many of them do have phone. You can call them up and there'll be a phone number. You can call them up and order one and then you can get one. So check into that because, and especially a lot of the Amish, dealers for them, so you can go and just go pick up your stove somewhere.
Never be. Make sure you send me an email at the Missouri Tea Company at gmail.com. We'll see what's going on with your stuff. All of our orders get out the door. I'm only human. I do all this stuff myself. I take very much pride in getting your orders out, so please email me again. Again, I'm only human, but we get our stuff out because I spend hours doing it, trust me. And I have stories about my childhood, and it's a big deal for me to make sure you guys get your stuff and quickly, okay? I'm so sorry that happened. Good night, and thanks for all the fun stuff. Yeah, you make sure you do. Neva, the Missouri Tea Company at gmail.com. Just let me know what's up. I need your order number or your email or something. I'll look into it. If you guys have any problems, we always take care of you guys. We should have like a 7-star rating because I'm really conscious about all my stuff. I had some send me a scam of YouTube. Don't fall for the scams in the comments section. What is MCT oil? Never heard of it.
It's like coconut oil. It's very good for you.
We are going to have some mixed teas for sale at the Missouri Tea Company coming up soon. Actually, I'm going to work on it this week. Stacy already has a couple blends that we've been trying, and we've secured, with our taste buds and friends and everything, because we have special blends.
Well, it's hard to to make it go. Things that I do, you got to make it in bulk. So there's some testing that needs to be done.
So we got that ironed out. So we'll have a couple of different varieties coming up. The chocolate tea is always there. The tea balls are always there. Cookbooks will be back in stock this week. So if you guys ordered a cookbook and you don't get your package in the next couple days, that's because I'm kind of holding them back. I didn't want to send them out twice. So be patient with me on those if you got a shipping label and it's not moving anywhere. And we already answered your question. Don't keep asking it about the MCT oil.
Yeah, MCT is great. Put it in your coffee.
The contest sign up is there. Oh, it's already there. The next contest sign up is already there. We're pulling a winner in 3 days. 4 or 5 days, we'll be somewhere having a fun contest. And then on the 30th as well, there's only about 1,200 entries. So make sure you go to offgridwithdouganstacy.com and sign up for each month. So you get the emails, because that's how we're doing it. We're going to email you, tell you where we are, and we're meeting up with you guys. Man, it's a big deal for us to do all this stuff, but we so enjoy it. Just totally. I don't have any beard care, bro. I'm not booshy about my beard. It's like, here's my beard, here's the rainwater, and it's beautiful. And it's turning gray. I'm getting 56. Wow. 56. You're just going to keep acting hard-headed. I'm going to block you from our channel. All right. So that's a wrap, man. Oh, you got your knife? That's good.
Oh, Heather wants to know what your favorite chicken breed for fun, not necessarily for the farm. Actually,
Cochin's.
No, they're great on the farm. I love
Not necessarily, though.
No.
Like, she's saying, like, what breed of chickens would you get, but not necessarily.
No, she's talking about for
hardy
fun.
chickens.
That's like
Those Polish ones are.
Oh, the crested Polish are crazy looking with the big poofs in their eyes, and they're very stupid and like dingy and like a dumb blonde. They're not very hardy here, but if you want a cool chicken that's pretty hardy, I'm going to tell you is I have the Spitzenhobs or Spitzhabens. They're totally cool. I have a golden spanieled Spitzhaben, I guess. And then I have another one that's black and white, and I love them. They're very hardy. They're good roosters. And they're really a lot of fun. But the crested Polish are kind of crazy. But I guess those would be my two. And then the other one, and I have some that have done great. Another chicken that I just love, they lay little eggs though, and they make a really cute part to your coop are your mille fleurs. So like a little bit banty type chicken, and they have real fuzzy little feet, and they stand up real tall, and they're so cute. So I like them too. And Cochin's are one. That's probably my second favorite, next to the Barbecks.
So if you guys missed anything, just rewind this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Next week, I'll be talking about the bank collapse going on, letting you know what I found out about that. A few other things that are going on. We still got some derailments happening. We got our high tunnel will be coming in. Stacy's been busy in the greenhouse. So we got those videos are going to be coming up.
And go watch the dimming.
The dimming. Who is it? Remember who it is?
Dane Wingington.
There you go. We give you all the information. We want you guys to know what's up. And make sure you check our events tab so you can check us out somewhere on the road, or make sure you're registering for our contest so we can maybe see you guys out there, right?
We would love to see you.
Are you ready, Luna? Ready. Our granddaughter's upstairs. She's been a trooper. All right, we'll see you guys. Oh, go to the bathroom. Hurry, hurry, hurry. All right, we'll see you guys on the next video. This will be a hoot. Here she comes.
Yeah, can you wave, Luna? Say hi.
She's going to the bucket.